Hey everyone! Today, I want to talk about some major misconceptions I see all the time about the Sydney property market. After years in this industry, I've watched so many people make decisions based on myths rather than reality. Let's break down some of these misconceptions together. First up is this idea that there aren't any accessible properties in Sydney anymore. I hear this constantly. But here's the thing. The average house price figures you see in headlines don't tell the whole story. Those statistics are skewed by luxury properties and premium suburbs. There are still plenty of entry points if you know where to look. The key is being open-minded about neighborhoods, considering different property types, and understanding that your first purchase might be a stepping stone rather than your dream home. I recently helped a first-time buyer find a great apartment for under $600,000. That's 30 minutes from the CBD by train. The opportunities are there if you approach your search strategically. Another big misconception? Only invest in areas you personally know well. I see this all the time. People limiting themselves to neighborhoods they've lived in or visited frequently. The thinking goes that familiarity equals safety, right? But here's the reality. Personal attachment to an area often clouds objective investment judgment. That suburb where you grew up might hold wonderful memories, but it could have limited growth potential compared to emerging areas. Your investment decisions should be driven by data and growth indicators, not just personal comfort. Let's talk about another widespread belief. Sydney property always goes up in value. If only this were universally true. The reality is more nuanced. Some properties can experience long periods of stagnation, or even lose value over time. I've seen areas in Sydney where prices barely move for years, while maintenance costs continue to rise. This is particularly evident in neighborhoods with excessive development where supply outpaces demand. Some apartment buildings completed 5 years ago have units selling for less than their original purchase prices today. Even within strong markets like Sydney, performance varies dramatically, street by street. A property near transport links, quality schools, and lifestyle amenities might thrive, while another just a few blocks away in a less convenient location might underperform significantly. Now, here's a perspective on brand new properties that might surprise you. Many buyers are drawn to gleaming, just completed apartments and houses. The appeal is understandable. Contemporary designs, modern amenities, and that never been lived in feeling. But from an investment standpoint, there's more to consider. These properties often come with a significant markup that reflects marketing costs, developer profits, and the new property premium. This initial price inflation can take years to overcome before you start seeing genuine capital growth. There's also the reality of untested buildings. New constructions haven't weathered storms, seasonal changes, or the test of time. I've seen buyers face unexpected issues with recently completed buildings that weren't apparent at purchase time. By contrast, established properties have already revealed any structural or design flaws. Additionally, the finished product sometimes differs from what was promised. Those stunning communal facilities might be smaller than depicted. That park view might be just a glimpse of green between buildings, and those premium finishes might not age as well as expected. Here's another misconception. Jump in when everyone's talking about the booming market. Actually, this often signals that prices are already inflated. The savviest investors I know made their moves during quieter periods when fear dominated the headlines and competition was thinner. Remember when Sydney experienced that downturn and media outlets were predicting continued slides? The clients who purchased during that window of uncertainty have seen remarkable equity growth since then. Timing matters, but often in counterintuitive ways. Last misconception, property investing requires minimal effort. This couldn't be further from the truth. Property investing can be rewarding, but it demands ongoing attention. You'll deal with tenant selection, unexpected repairs, regulatory changes, tax considerations, and market fluctuations. The truth is, building a successful property portfolio in Sydney requires research, patience, and sometimes tough decisions. But understanding these market realities instead of following misconceptions puts you miles ahead of most investors. Remember, the Sydney property market rewards the informed and the strategic, not necessarily those with the biggest budgets. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.